Hi everyone. Today on the show I have an incredible guest. Her name is Simone Waddell. Not only is she a singer-songwriter, but she's a beautiful soul as well. Please let's welcome Simone on the show. Hi Simone.
Hey Anastasia.
How are you today?
I'm really well. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So give us a little bit of a background. You were succeeding in a career at such a young age, but then through life situations, your destiny changed. So please share your story with us, Simone, which is a really interesting one.
It really is. A lot has gone on in my life, as I'm sure it has in yours.
Yeah.
We all have a story, don't we? Yeah.
You sure do.
I've been involved in music since I was young. I started playing the piano when I was 7 years old. And I went on to do a music degree. Then I was actually the first Australian who received a scholarship to go to Berklee College of Music in Boston, which was a great experience. So I completed my music degree, things were going great. I started getting overseas contracts and traveling around the world and performing, and it was everything I really wanted to do. I'd made a couple of records in the States. It was really great. And then, life's challenges did hit, and I made some decisions that actually didn't align with my intuition. I basically went against my own intuition, really because I didn't have the emotional goods to know how to say no to certain circumstances. And I've found that is very dangerous and can end us, we can then end up in a pit, really. We can end up in really difficult situations. If our intuition is telling us to do path A, and we, whether it's through manipulation or just through our own inability to know how to say no, if we end up doing path B, it can be very, very painful.
And I hear you, sister. Yeah. Yes, I understand you. Yeah. But what was that, when did your life change? Because you were doing really well.
Yeah.
And then when was that change? When did that enter in your life?
Yeah, well, that was actually around the time that I got married.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was a very unhealthy situation and very dangerous and very unsafe situation.
So that sort of like threw you off track of your career. You actually veered off your career in that period of time.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a period of time where I was really forbidden to sing. Okay. And I was quite crushed in all my dreams and the things that I really wanted to pursue and really wanted to do. So that part of me, it never really died, but it certainly got very, very suppressed for many, many years, for a really long time, I must say. And it was incredibly painful, not just going through the situation that I was going through, but also to have the thing that you love, which for me is music and creativity and songwriting, and that whole artistic expression was silenced in me for a really long time.
But you always had it in you. You just had to re-find yourself, refocus, put yourself forward and put yourself out there and say, you know what, this is who I really am. So when did that change come into your life? When you thought, no, this is it now, enough?
Right, great. That happened, it kind of happened incrementally. As I was able to get myself out of the situation, I started to heal and I started to get my voice back, and I started to realize that our purpose and our destiny are worth fighting for and are worth going after. So it wasn't really like one snap moment where I went, right, I'm going from this to this. It was bit by bit as I healed, as I evolved, as I grew, as I came through all that breakdown to breakthrough kind of experience.
So all the challenges that were thrown at you, you just you pretty much accepted what was at that time and just kept moving forward,
right,
and taking it step by step.
Yes.
And now in your life,
yep,
I had the experience of actually witnessing you sing, which was amazing, and thank you for inviting me. She's an incredible singer, people. Seriously, you have to hear her. So what are you actually doing now with your career?
Right, well, the great thing was, everything was, because as I mentioned before, it wasn't fully destroyed. It never got fully destroyed.
It's never really destroyed, is it?
No,
it's always within.
That's right, it was always there. So it just needed the flame again, just needed the fire again. And so I started recording again and performing again, and that was a number of years ago now. That I started traveling again and touring again and doing all the things that I loved again, and that made me feel like me, that I was fully expressed creatively again. And I did have some very good friends in my corner supporting me and reminding me who I was.
That's a big help.
Yeah. Who the people around you, the voices around you are really important, and to make sure that they're not crushing you, but that they're supporting you.
Yes, I hear you.
Right? They're going to be
Yes.
100% on your team. So I had people helping me refocus and reminding me that it was worth doing, you know?
And the journey, it's like you're meant to go through a certain journey to be where you are today, and
That's
to be
right.
the person
That's
you
right.
are today as well.
Yes.
So if you had a message to give to everyone out there today, what would that message be?
The message would be that you have a voice, and that you want to live aligned. So right at the beginning, when I mentioned that I went against my intuition, and that got me in a lot of trouble, the thing that I like to coach my singers in is that saying a declaration to say, I align my beliefs, thoughts, words, and actions. Because when we're in alignment, we're in our true self, right? And anytime we're outside of that, where there's unease, there's problems. Anytime we're thinking, saying, doing, believing something that isn't the real truth. So that would be my message. You have a voice, and go after your alignment in beliefs, thoughts, words, and actions. Be aligned.
That's excellent. In other words, be your true authentic self.
Amen.
And live it. Live
Amen.
it, be it, and do it.
That's it. And then it flows, with ease. And like you said, you came the other night to the show, and it was just fantastic. Every minute of it was fantastic. I loved every second of it, because it was music, it was songs that I'd written, I was surrounded by people I love in the audience and on the stage, amazing musicians in a great venue. And when you're in those moments, everything flows, and there's nothing coming up against it. It's just because
Comes
you are
naturally
your
who
true
you are.
self.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
I love it, Simone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it, and looking forward to hearing some more of your music coming up too.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's all we have time for today. So signing off for now from the Talk Show Angel at Verkos TV.